Well, we haven't had a whole lot of time to work on the old Jeep here lately, and we need to get to some of the mechanical stuff on this, and I have a water pump and just a little bit of time, and we're just gonna throw this thing on here just as quick as we can. We got, a couple hours till dark and storms rolling in, and the weather's, well, it's weird. So come along here if you want to see just, how quick we can do this, and without removing whatever we don't have to, basically. Fellers, when I say the rain's moving in, I ain't kidding. It's coming. Over there it's nice and bright. Over here, yeah, not so much. So we got a lot of priority items on this thing, number one is the water pump. We could fix the leaky sunroof. Nah, it's a Jeep. We could change the oil. No, it's a Jeep. No, we're gonna change the water pump. First thing, take this belt off. I don't remember what size this tensioner is. That's this bolt right here. Probably the socket I don't have with me. Yep, what is that, 15 mil? Get the longest socket extension possible so you can turn it halfway to the moon. Which way is? Oh, that's tight. Gotta loosen it. Also, when you take this off, make sure to check the tensioner. I think I did that before. Tensioners go bad on these serpentine belt systems a lot because there's a lot more tension on a serpentine system than a V-belt. Well, that's great. The belt's just hanging up position. The belt's not even moving. That's great. The belt's not even bending. We're not going to replace the belt because it's a Jeep. Belts, where we're going, we don't need belts. All right, that's way too loose. Perfect. We can pop this off now. Let's get that out of the way. That's fine. I don't need to take it completely off because one, we don't have a belt diagram and I'm too lazy to look it up, and well, two, we don't need to because water pump's right there. Strikes me at this point, I was doing this, I should have got a new thermostat, but I think the thermostat's okay, and I know the water pump's not. In case you didn't watch any of our other videos, this water pump, well, what's up with it now? Well, that's pretty tight now, but it does have a little bit of a weeble wobble to it. Well, a lot bit. It gets worse when it gets hot. There it is. Just gotta loosen it up. It's tight from sitting. Anyway, as you can see, it is sort of binding in the bearings a little bit too. It's got some tight spots. Well, that shouldn't be. Anywho, we're gonna pull off that, which that water pump looks pretty new actually. Fantastic. And we're gonna put on the cheapest one we could find because, yeah, it's a Jeep. You're gonna get real tired of me saying that, I'm sure. Anywho, we gotta drain the radiator on this thing. I don't remember where the plug is. Gotta find it. What's our fluid look like? Horrible? Yep. Okay. Great. Well, I'm sure these have a drain somewhere. Where's my flashlight? Where is it? Yep, it's right down there where you can't get to it. Nope. That's a coolant line for the transmission. Well, do we even have a drain? We gotta have a drain somewhere. Modern vehicles, you don't gotta pull hoses. I don't know. Where is it? No idea. Okay, great, fantastic. We're just gonna pull a hose. Of course, somebody put that hose clamp right there where it's, possible to get. Either that or we just pull off the water pump and let it run all over the engine. You know, sure, why not? Let's do that. Of course, we got about 3 hours till dark, and you know, perfect. Okay. I always end up doing these projects, you know, last possible minute, you know, and ooh, been chewing on that. By the way, in case you were wondering, yes, you should take these off before you remove the belt tension. Well, you know, or just got a strap wrench in there. And for the old dusty, trusty strap wrench, really putting it on the wrong way. Yeah, no, that's probably right. I think I'll use the word probably a lot. Come on. Well, how tight do you need to be? Cut my fingers off in this fan over here. I need to take this fan off. It's in my way. You guys can't see anything. How's this gonna work? Oh, I feel like someone's just recently been in this. They're not even tight. Fantastic. I'm sure that's a great sign. Again, you really gotta have this belt tension on there, don't you? Wow, that's kind of annoying. All right. Put it back on. I feel like I should just start this video over and do it the right way. No, I don't want to do that. You gotta learn from your mistakes, fellers. Or my mistakes. This again. That's better. Nope, it's not. Wish I could get a ratcheting device of some kind on there. I don't like fans. Pain to take off. Of course, there's no fan shroud to take off because that is long deceased. Alright, put them over there where I'm sure to lose them. Wiggle this off. Try not to puncture the radiator while doing so. Bring that up. Okay. I've got a little bit of room to work there. Take the belt off again. Strap wrench. The reason I'm doing this is because there's bolts behind this water pump pulley. Okay, I think that'll hold it if I, yeah, I think. One. That's 4. Strap wrench. Come on now. Well, are you gonna come off? Probably not. Where's my pry bar? I can do this without bending the pulley. Probably not. There we go. Very simple, just stamped steel. Alright, now I think we can get to everything. There's one bolt down underneath, one here, one here. Gotta take off this bracket that holds on the power steering pump. And this line here from the heater. And then I think we can kind of sneak it out while, you know, dropping all the coolant down on our feet. Fantastic. Before I do anything, yeah, I'm gonna see what kind of condition the fitting on this water line is, on this heater hose line is in, because if this heater hose line just decides to pop like a cheap balloon, then we're gonna have to figure something out for that. I'm gonna put these nuts back on here before I lose them, because I'm losing daylight fast. I don't know if I'm gonna get around to putting the new pump on today or not. Put them on before we lose them. And I'm gonna screw these back in the old water pump. That way I won't forget where they go in 10 seconds like I usually do. Wow, that is tight. It sat so long, I'm gonna guess there's a lot of corrosion in there, you know, because it's an aluminum housing with some steel innards, I'm sure, and yeah, they're a mess. Well, what are you? 19 millimeter maybe? Sort of, kinda. I don't know if we're gonna get you off without busting our radiator or not. Turned a little bit, but the hose didn't. Take off the old hose clamp up there. Let the flood begin. I don't know why they couldn't just run a rubber hose all the way down there to a fitting. Would have been a lot easier there, Jeep Chrysler. I think so corroded, this ought to be a joy when we get to the air conditioning system. Oops, right in the face. Lovely. Drop all your sockets down there and your wrenches. That's the way you do it. Be sure to use your engine as a tool holder, you know. I think we're gonna have to kind of sneak the pump out with that thing intact. Fantastic. I might replace that with a rubber hose. I don't know, probably not. Put that one loose. Note to self. Need 14 millimeter 3/8 drive socket. I don't remember where I lost it, but I did. On a job somewhere, no doubt. Probably a Toyota. I don't know. This is, by the way, fantastic way to break your ratcheting wrenches. In case you were wondering. Now I'm going to get to that radiator hose yet. Well, you know, I'll probably have to take the belt out, and I'll forget how it's routed, and well, so I can kind of check the condition of it anyway. That's a belt, yep. Forget how long those 4.0 belts are until you take one out. Is this fan just zip tied in? Yep, it is. Yes, indeed. You know, my goal here was to take out this water pump with moving as few parts as possible. I have to take this electric fan out. Let's loosen these for now. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Put these over there where I'm sure to lose them again. can't even get on there. Yeah, I love these fasteners that they put in there that can't even get a wrench on them. Just rounding this off. Nope, I'm not. Guess there's some other bolt that holds this in. Oh, yeah, another one down there. Well, good grief. Chrysler, why would you put a bolt down there? I mean, this is fine if you're working on the engine that's out of the vehicle. What were you thinking? At least I don't have to crawl under it, that's something. Why would you even... Good gravy, Chrysler. Okay, that's loose. 3, 4, 3 of those. Just take that off for now. Sure, I'll snap that sensor off, but the goal here is to get this loose enough so I can sneak out the water pump easier. I'm trying to take it out, just loosen it. Okay, working the hose clamp down now. Use it with my wrench. Okay, I got the clamp off. I'm gonna persuade the hose off. Well, looks like somebody has straight water in this thing anyway, so welcome to Florida, folks. That's fine. Yep, no coolant, just straight water. Which is good, because I wasn't going to drain it properly anyway. Oh, like you've never done it. Don't look at me with that tone of voice. I like to work around the battery and put all my tools there, so I'm sure to short out the terminals and weld myself to the vehicle, you know. Alright, gonna stand here in my puddle now. I can loosen all these bolts. Not tremendously tight, that's either good or bad. One water pump bolt. 2 water pump bolts. Small one in the bottom. I'm sure I won't remember that when it comes time to put it in. The long one goes through the thermostat housing. Oh, not the thermostat housing. I guess the long one goes through the intake hose housing. That makes sense. I don't know. That is a short one. Okay, well, I guess we can keep track of that. The one at the top is probably a short one too. Okay. I think we got all the bolts out. Feel around there. Okay, I think I can just pry that sucker off and see what happens. Okay, let's see what happens. There she goes. Okay, a little bit of water. Fish it up and out. Yeah. Actually, I mean, it looks relatively new, but there's some corrosion and buildup in there, but I think the bearings are feeling very notchy, tight. So not much you can do about that once the bearings go. So I'll get the new pump and spin this off and try to align it again in the correct orientation. So you gotta scrape that gasket too. Yeah, all water. Doesn't even really smell like coolant. I'm down here, I'm gonna take a chance to clean up that timing gauge. Not that I'm planning on using it, but you never know. The next person might need it. Well, it's readable anyway. I just go up all the way up to 24 degrees. Top dead center, that's nice. I scrape this remaining gasket off the block here. Not much, that's good. Makes it easier for me. Okay, I think we're ready for the new one. Alright, we got the new pump. Threaded this in, and it's a lot smoother. I'm sure this is an El Cheapo, just like the other one was, but yeah, I don't know. There's an R there, I guess that's for remanufactured. I don't know. It'll do what we're trying to do. That is the most important thing. Okay, so we're gonna put a bolt there through the gasket to try to kind of get it in position without tearing it. Position. Get one bolt started. Another bolt started, maybe. Make sure you keep your gasket aligned while you're doing this, obviously. I can still see the top of the gasket as I'm doing this, so I know I'm aligned. This one by feel. Oh, where are you? Where did you go? You're down there somewhere. There you are. That one doesn't want to go in yet. Oh, come on now. Sure, these have a torque spec, but click, click. Feels right. Okay. New water pump is on. Got the weep hole on the top of these things for some reason. Anywho. Alright, so now I can just put everything back on, you know, kind of the reverse of assembly. Then I can put actual coolant in it. Alright, new water pump installed. Thanks for coming along on the ride here as we threw a new water pump in our old Jeep. Hopefully you learned something or got a little bit entertained out of this. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up and maybe a like or subscribe. Whatever works. We appreciate it all. And thanks for watching.